Not Move podcast presents the Ringside Rewind, your weekly whiplash recap of everything happening on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown.
Every twist, every pop, every powerbomb, we're breaking it all down.
If it shook the ropes, we've got it. Stream it everywhere you get your podcasts.
Yo, it's your boy Joe.
Hey everybody, it's Robert with the Not Move podcast. You know, this is the episode of Ringside Rewind. We got a very special guest, so y'all listen up. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Joy Boy in the house. You got the floor, man.
EJM. Let me go ahead and tell you something. This is a public service announcement. This public service announcement goes out towards a guy by the name of Ruckus, a guy who I get the chance to prove that I'm one of the best young wrestlers in the game when I go against him on July 10th out in Middleweight, West Virginia for Riot Maker Pro Wrestling. And I hope you're ready, OG, because I'm going to bring that heat. Best believe.
Okay, and man, I've heard the guy that you're facing, he's fought guys like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Where does this, once you beat him, because it's just a moment of time, where does this put you in the pedestal?
If I beat him, when I beat him, you know, I get somewhere, I'll be somewhere above. I'll be in the hierarchy of where I'm at in the independent scene, but I won't be that high up, to be honest.
So I know you've had matches. I know you tagged with Matt Riddler. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, that was Matt Riddle. That was great. It was like a lot of enlightenment and all that stuff. Like he taught me some stuff. Like before the match, I interacted with him times before, like a couple months before. Like he was giving me advice about how to like do a character and all that. And now we fast forward later, the dude James Ellsworth, who I wrestled for, put me the owner of ACW, James Ellsworth. Let me rephrase that. Who I wrestled for, put me in a match. She gave me an opportunity to be able to tag with Matt Riddle and also go against other guys that was also in that match, like Dan Stavko, Sean LaBelle, and Austin Kingsley. Austin Kingsley, I don't know him, but he was Trick Williams' manager in TNA when he was doing the TNA run with the TNA belt. He was like not his manager, he was his lawyer.
Okay.
Hey, Joy Boy, question for you. This is Boombox. Now I can tell that you are technically trained and everything, and even being in the ring with a guy like Matt Riddle and the people that you just named, that's going to be an entirely different experience than when you're in the ring with Ruckus. Ruckus is the kind of guy where anything could happen in the ring. If he wants to be technical, he can be technical. If he wants to take it into the crowd, he'll take it into the crowd. Literally anything can happen in this match. Are you really prepared for what he's going to bring? Are you ready to bring everything you got in a match against Ruckus?
I'm ready to bring the fire. I'm ready to bring hell. I'm ready to bring the heavens. I'm ready to bring everything I can to make sure that I come out on top and that this match becomes one of the most talked about matches in Riot Maker for a very long time now.
Well, it sounds like a good opportunity for you to make your name even bigger than what it is. You know what? We're all going to stay tuned. We're all going to be watching. But the one thing you got to do is let us know, when is this match happening?
July 10th in Middleweight, West Virginia at the Volunteer Fire Department.
One more time. Where is it at?
July 10th in the Middleweight Fire Department, and the company name is Riot City Professional Wrestling.
It sounds like a must. It sounds like a must watch, homie. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be excited. We're gonna be following this one, and I gotta know what. I need you to describe what the people. What are you gonna finish Ruckus off with? What's the finish you're gonna be? I want to know what your finisher is. I want to know how you're gonna put it on him. I want to know what's gonna keep him down for the 1, 2, 3 or make him tap. What you got coming for him?
I got a phenomenal forearm. I got a nice little springboard forearm, kind of like AJ Styles in a little bit. I don't want to be a carbon copy of him because I want to be
Right,
AJM at the end of the day. But I
right.
respect Jay in a long way. Same thing, same way around Ruckus. I respect Ruckus a lot. Like the way you just said it, I know you know ball just by how you just mentioned all this stuff and all that. Like you know that he like people know that he's in the Hall of Fame and in the independent Hall of Fame. He's been
No
around the
doubt.
world and traveled and stuff like that. I haven't done none of that stuff yet. This is my chance to be able to put myself out there, to be able to get those opportunities, to be able to do those things. And one thing about it is, as a kid who was told he was never going to be anything in life, it's something. When people tell you that, and that's all you've been told for the longest, you learn to you a chip the size of the universe grows onto your shoulders, and
That's
it's
right.
hard to get rid of that.
Now you speak of a chip and everything, man. To keep it on wrestling, but to take it a little off wrestling, what would be your inspiring message that you would send to young wrestlers or anyone that's a young athlete that's trying to make it big and everybody's telling them they can't do this, but they know deep down inside they can do it, but they won't.
Stick to it. Show up early. Show up earlier than everybody else. Put more work in than everybody else. No matter how you look at it, you gotta have that mindset that even though you at this level, you still gotta do way more, twice as much work as everybody else, no matter what.
Now I also saw that you had a steel cage match. So
Games.
y'all, I'm telling y'all, July 10th, y'all better tune in for this because this man puts on absolute banger after banger after banger. But I want to get into the steel cage match. Man, what was your thoughts going into that cage? Where you knew you were gonna win, or what was your thoughts?
My thoughts. I was sitting there like, bro, okay. Now I was a good guy in this match. Yeah. This match, the ACW War Games match was fun. My thoughts going into the match was, wow, I'm in an actual War Games match. Wow, I'm coming from my family members coming to watch me wrestle coming from watching me wrestle on the playground against my younger brother to me wrestling in an actual ring in a cage in front of my hometown and home crowd and getting them to actually chant for me and pop for me and giving me a good reaction on everything that I do. And for that, I would like to say thank you to Baltimore because it's always love for me to them in a way.
Now, out of all your matches that you done had, what would you say was your favorite match?
Camacho.
Okay, could you tell us a little bit about it?
So I was in DC for the Lucha Libre promotion, and to be honest, I didn't even know I was going to have this match at all until like the hour of the match actually, and they let the promoter Javier at Lucha Promotions. They go all over. They travel all over. He let me wrestle one of his main guys by the name of Camacho Caveman. He gave me a lot of advice. And he let me majority of the match. And he gave me some good, and it was a fun time. I lost the match, but it was a fun time at the end of the day. The crowd was really into it. I got to really, the best part, I say I like to do like, being a bad guy is fun. Being a good guy is heartwarming. If you get what I'm saying.
That's a fact.
So in DC, I got to be the bad guy because I'm from Baltimore. A lot of them don't really like this that much. So I was out there just, talking my trash, all that. Got booed, got a good reaction, had some fun, and then at the end got an EJM chant. And that was the first time I ever got that chant.
Okay. So in your career, I know we've talked about your favorite match, but who would you say was your toughest opponent going up against?
My toughest opponent, Donovan Rio. My brother, my riot maker, professional wrestling. brother, my Riot City brother, my training partner, my tag partner, the guy that I need to get my ones on ones against at Riot Maker Pro Wrestling. See, the thing is, I feel like guys. I feel like I have the chance to get where we have the chance to get into another level if we work together. Anyway, me and Mark, two guys with the same goal, and that's to ultimately wind up being on top of at whatever company we at. We don't always express it because at the end of the day, we're green. We're not vets. We ain't in this stuff for like 2 years, 20 years. We're green. So the future still is to behold for us. So we can't really go out and say stuff like how I'm saying it on the podcast right now, necessarily. But we can say a lot of things. Like we can talk on promos. We can have dreams and aspirations. We can have goals in mind. Because if you don't have those goals, you have no work. You won't have nothing to really work towards. You know what I mean? So the guy I feel like is my toughest opponent, the guy I feel like will always give me a good match no matter what, is Donovan Rio. A close, and I mean very, 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 very close second is Sean LaBelle. He's he's a young, talented, hungry young lion in ACW. And I want y'all to know something right here. If y'all ain't hear about him yet, y'all will eventually. Cause he got some stuff about him where it's like he like when he's a good, and for a while he was a good guy. Now he turned bad guy. He went heel. And when I was watching his work in other companies, I was like, oh, I could see that you're more naturally a heel than you are a babyface. Then they turned him a babyface at the whole promotion. And I'm like, okay, now y'all got something here. And Sean LaBelle, I'm going to tell y'all this now. He's going to be on y'all TV. If y'all think I'm going to be on y'all TV, he's also going to be on y'all TV.
Okay. Hey, yo, Joe, boy, you know what? Much respect to that. And I'm sure his time will come. But right now, it's about your time. Your time to shoot. And there's something that I need to know. Now, you mentioned earlier that you've actually been trained by somebody that's actually a legend in the sport, somebody who did get that airtime. Would you get into that and talk to me about the type of training that you're receiving from this man?
You talking about who?
Mr. James Ellsworth.
Oh, I'm not getting training from him necessarily. He do give me a lot of good advice and stuff. Like he tell me, like he'll give me advice like if I'm doing like a match and I'm the heel and I'm sitting there doing stuff like a moonsault, he'll tell me things like, oh yeah, you know, if you really want to do the bad guy thing, you gotta really either flex up, be really cocky with it, and talk shit to the crowd. Tell them like my bad for my language. Tell them that that I bet your fat self can't do that backflip or something like that, you know. Just the simple things. She like simple things make things easier. The same thing with my coaches. They give me a lot of that advice. But yeah, it's always cool getting trained by somebody who's up there eventually. Like I get a chance to text Rick Schwann, ask him to send me matches or what matches that he think I should check out or watch. And I'll tell you this now. He loves Hayabusa and he loves Ultimate Dragon.
Yes, sir. So do I. And it's always good to make sure that you make contacts in this industry because that's how you rise to places. So it's good to know that. It's good to know that as a young man such as yourself, you seem like you're making those proper contacts that you need to do.
Yeah, because it like most people be like, yeah, y'all not where I want to be at, so I'm not gonna really listen or pay attention on none of that stuff. No, you guys know what y'all talking about. Y'all been in this longer than I have. I'm learning from y'all. I'm gonna take what y'all can teach me, and I'm gonna apply it. And then and then I'm gonna also use that. And when I get my name known, I'm gonna also use my name. I'm gonna use my name to put their name even higher. Even if they want it to be forgotten in a way, I'm gonna help them get their name known. My career, I, if it wasn't for James Ellsworth, if it wasn't for Riot City, if it wasn't for a dude named Kurt Blair, there would be no Joy Boy EJ.
Okay.
We're certainly thankful that all of that happened. Just like we're thankful to have you joining us right now. Robert, do you have any other questions for Joy Boy EJN?
Well, the one question that I like to ask everybody that comes up here is there you want to shout out your TikTok, your Instagram, anything for the people to know where they can find you, and also do you have any like sponsors or anyone you want to shout out?
I don't have any sponsors at the moment yet. Eventually I'm gonna get that, but I don't think I got that in the moment. But I got Instagram. Y'all can check me out. Y'all can check me out on Instagram. Same type of thing. Joyboy_EJM, and on TikTok at joyboy.ejm. Also got a YouTube at joyboyejm as well. So.
Okay. Also, y'all can check out his TikTok as well. He be in the lives with us, and I'm telling you, man, he knows ball. He knows he can chop up any sport with you. He's an amazing wrestler. Y'all go check him out. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to him on YouTube, please. And
y'all can check me out also at on certain YouTube pages like Riot Maker Pro Wrestling is where you're gonna find like my 4 matches against Johnny Passion. If they do load that up eventually, when they do put that up there, y'all gonna find my match against Rolf NDA. It was a time I went against Mark Donovan Rio. It was a time, and then on the HCW stuff, you'll see me tagging with Enzo. You'll see me having Jimmy Hart in our corner with Chris Slade as a tag partner. And he's Chris Slade is another one. He's another one where if I was talking about, I would give him a shout out too. Like Chris Slade, Van Williams, Red Dog, Dan. Those also another pair of guys that's kind of another group of guys that's contribute to my development in the wrestling stuff. And those guys are great wrestlers in their own aspects.
yes, sir.
So
one last time, could you let them know where they can watch your match?
my matches are at ACW, Adrenaline Championship Wrestling. Those are that you get at Adrenaline Championship Wrestling. You're gonna find the War Games match. You're gonna find most of the tag matches I've been in. You're gonna find a couple battle royals I'm in. And if you look up other spots like again, Riot Maker Pro Wrestling, you'll find more of my matches. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have right now.
Yes, sir. Y'all
You ain't
sure
never
y'all
asked me
follow
my
him.
dream matches or nothing, brother.
Make sure y'all follow him. Make sure y'all also follow. Yeah. One last time, let them know.
My dream matches. You want me to? You ain't never asked the dream matches or nothing.
You know what? I want to hear your dream matches. What are your dream matches?
Okay. Starboy Charlie,
Hmm?
Carmelo Hayes, Javon Evans.
Let me ask you something, Joy, because you're talking about wrestlers right now that you can have a dream match with. I want to know about your legends, the guys who are no longer wrestling, that you could turn back the clock and have a match against one of those guys that you saw coming up. Who would that guy be?
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. Good to hear it.
AJ Styles. I would pick his freaking brain the whole entire before we even go out there. I'm asking him a bunch of questions. I'm be like a kid in the candy shop. I promise you that.
Yo, that's awesome to hear. And that's, you know what, you can never go wrong with a guy like that. You know, he brings so much to the table. I can see why he would be one of the people that definitely inspires your style, inspires what you're looking to bring, because he's got it all. You know what I mean? He's done it all. He's got it all. So that's an excellent choice.
I say him, Shawn Michaels, Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho, Rob Van Dam, Jeff Hardy. It's a lot of names. I ain't really got a favorite wrestler necessarily. I got a lot of people that I respect and look up to. People that I grew up watching is like, because wrestling is like an escape for everybody. And it's an escape for me. And it's been an escape for me like a long time. It's like wrestling been like an extended family that always kept me going in a way. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure, man. I definitely understand.
Know exactly what you mean, dog. I watched wrestling growing up, and still I love it. I've always loved it. When I was younger, I wanted to be a wrestler, but see, I let people just tell me I can't do it, and I listen to what they said.
What stopped you from doing it now?
I listen to people. I listen to the haters.
Yeah, how old are you though?
20, be 21.
You can still do it, bro. I'm 28.
Okay.
I'm 28 years old.
So where would I go if I wanted to start to become a wrestler?
Where you live at now? I'm gonna start with that.
South Carolina, Myrtle Beach.
South Carolina? Oh my goodness. Boy, you got nothing but good wrestling schools around where you at. Don't you got that Booker T wrestling school where you at?
Oh, that's a good question. Hold on, let me check.
I'm like, y'all got that's one thing. Just Google the wrestling schools. The best thing I can say is don't go to ones where they gonna use you as a punching bag off the rip, because those the ones that always be on BS. Go to the ones where they gonna let you at least fail, mess up, and learn, and not try to take your money. Because there's a lot of wrestling schools that be on that type of timing. And yeah, the number one thing you would learn when you join the wrestling business is that this stuff is cutthroat. I haven't experienced none of that stuff yet. I experienced probably a tad bit here and there, but it is cutthroat. It takes one mistake to rub somebody the wrong way.
It 100% is, and I can actually verify that. It absolutely is. But the key thing is just to navigate within yourself. As long as you can manage yourself and not get too wrapped up into other things happening around you, you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
I'm gonna take your advice, and maybe I'll get good at it, right? Hopefully I'll get great at it, and then one day in the future we can face each other down the road.
And you talking about maybe you get good at it. No, you will get good at it. All you gotta do is just focused on it. You got 90% of success in wrestling, and especially in the independent scene, is showing up. Because 90% of the guys who are in the independent scene, they show up when they need it. They don't show up when it's early, when everybody else that's in the main event card is on their way or getting ready, sitting home, getting dressed. You gotta be the first one there. Like I'm always I don't want to say it like first one there, last one leave type deal. Those the type people, and I take notes from people I watch, like Triple H, again, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, all those people where you hear representation of how they got to the top was they the first person there and last one to leave. You gotta be that guy.
Facts.
90%.
Well, that's definitely good to hear. And before we move on with the show, one last time, we need to let the people know exactly where to find you on TikTok. I believe you said it was Joyboy at EJM, Joyboy EJM on TikTok. And where else can they find you?
On Instagram, YouTube, it's the same thing. YouTube is the same exact thing. I just don't have no underscore on it. And
no worries.
Huh?
No worries. And you said it was Adrenaline Championship Wrestling?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is that also the YouTube name that it's under?
Yes.
Adrenaline Championship Wrestling. Hey, yo, everybody, y'all need to stay plugged in. This young man is going to be where it's at. We definitely going to be watching along.
Yes, sir, for sure.
I appreciate it.
Now, y'all, this SmackDown card, man. let's talk about it. First hour of SmackDown, free. You didn't have no commercials, nothing. So first hour of SmackDown, we get the first match of the night. Sami Zayn, special guest referee, got Gunther versus Cody. Now, it ended in a DQ. But what transpired in the match between Gunther putting him in the sleeper to Sami hitting him with a haluba kick, man, what was y'all's thoughts on this match?
I ain't really watch it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch that match yet. I haven't got to check that one out. I heard about the fact that he got involved and that he won't be in a triple threat match.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it led up to.
Well, allow me to, if I would. I happen to feel like this is all leading to a big match versus Sami. Whether it's going to be Cody versus Sami or Gunther versus Sami in a one-on-one. It looks like that match is going to be a SummerSlam match since they're going with the triple threat. I believe it's this weekend, in fact. So it's either this weekend or next weekend. But I really like where they're going with this story. I've said for a long time, Sami Zayn has been the star maker. It's finally time for him to become the star. So I love the fact that he's actually in the main event picture, because this is where he belongs. He can definitely carry it in the ring as well as show his personality outside of it. So I'm happy for him. And let's face it, him and Gunther will always produce in the ring. Cody plays his part. The triple threat's going to be a banger of a match. And I actually do like the build to this, so I'm looking forward to
it. Yeah. I'm waiting for WWE to officially pull that trigger on Cody Rhodes being heel eventually.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
But one day it will, but right now there's still too many kids buying his merchandise as a face. It will happen. It will happen. But
they got Jey Uso.
Yeah, it's not going to happen no time soon. It's going to happen in the future, though, but not right now.
They got Jey Uso.
Oh, you're talking about Jey Uso. That was our next match. But also, before I'm going to add that match with this segment, there was a segment with Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. And Jacob Fatu basically told Solo, yo, Roman wants you back. Come back to the family. I'm letting you know. And he said, next time, it's not going to be so nice, basically. So he basically threatened Solo. At the same time, Solo got somebody, one of the Bloodline members, on Monday Night Raw, which we will talk about that. We'll talk about Monday Night Raw. So Solo got his get back, but Solo basically showed that he's not coming back to the family. Also, on top of that, we predicted this match right on the money. Jey Uso versus Javon Evans. Man, we knew they were going to tape up Javon Evans, and that's how they were going to make it look like Javon was hurt, which Javon was pretty hurt, man. Like, if you think about it, he got a spear. He was going for his the RKO and got speared midair. Or the cutter.
The OG cutter?
Yeah, the OG cutter. They don't call it the RK. He don't call it the RKO.
Yeah.
But Braun Breaker got him, and that led to him end up losing this match against Jey Uso. Now, my question for y'all was, how'd y'all think about the match? And also, do y'all think Jey Uso is going to end up winning King of the Ring?
No. I know everybody like Brock Lesnar going to get involved, but I have a feeling he's not. Even if he did, it's not going to cause over the chance of winning.
Okay.
Plus,
go ahead.
Plus, it's like, what could Jey Uso possibly gain from really, other than winning the belt that he haven't won yet? What could he really gain from it? Somebody like Oba would gain superstardom from winning that.
I mean,
I can see why he could beat Javon Evans, and Javon Evans can look like a bigger star, especially after what happened to him the Monday before. But somebody like Oba, you absolutely, under no circumstances, even with Brock getting involved, make him lose to Jey Uso clean.
Okay.
You know what, Joy Boy? I gotta say I'm 50-50 with this one. only because I'm not, we all know Brock Lesnar is going to get involved again
Yeah.
at some point. It's just a matter of where. So
That's why I threw the clean at the end.
I do think Brock Lesnar could make an appearance during this Jey Uso match to cause Jey Uso to win. However, there is a good chance that Oba wins this one, and then when you have Oba and you have Roman, and they're main eventing for the title, to then have Brock interfere and cause Oba the title. Well, now you actually built two matches, because then Oba can you're going to have a trilogy between Brock and Oba, and then after that, Oba can then say, Roman, we have unfinished business because our match before was interfered. We have to solve this, So it's a way of setting up two matches. So I would prefer that we get Brock first. I would prefer that Brock interferes should Oba beat Jey, and then Brock interferes in the actual World Championship match. I would much prefer that.
So I actually got two opinions on this. I got my biased opinion, and I got my actual opinion. Because I got to be biased because Jey Uso, one of my favorite wrestlers in this gen. And when it comes to New Day wrestlers, when it comes to the new one, we go back, it's The Rock. But when it comes to Jey Uso, with my bias in it, I'm gonna say Jey Uso is going to somehow pull off this win. I don't know how. Brock Lesnar might interfere, something. Jacob Fatu might interfere. I don't know. I think somebody's going to help Jey get this win. Now, my non-bias, Oba's going to win this within 5 minutes.
He said he's going to squash him.
I mean, when we're talking about Oba, bro, I seen him pick up Otis. He picked up Otis and slung him across the ring. We're talking about a guy that weighs around 350 pounds, picking him up like he's nothing and slinging him across the ring.
Yeah, he get burned.
Well, Jay's more in the 150, 200 pounds, probably 220.
150? Yeah, he weigh hard. He in the 220. 150 is a little light for him.
Yeah, so I'll say 220.
I got to tell you, it's highly. I see where you're going with it, but even at his best, I don't think they're going to let Oba completely squash Jey. I just don't see that happen. Jay's going to get his skills in.
I see Jey Uso. I see Oba getting close to winning. Jacob Fatu run out, distract him, and then you see Jimmy come out, and then Brock will come out somewhere towards the end if Oba wins.
So if that goes down, right? If everything that we are saying right now goes down, Oba's not winning. That's the way I look at it. Oba's not going to win it. If Jacob comes out, right, and then it doesn't work with Jacob and Jimmy, and then Brock comes out, there's no way he's going to pull off the win. I think either Brock comes out, like you're saying, Brock comes out at Nights of Champions. He either comes out and cost Oba, or he's either going to come out at SummerSlam and cost Oba the chip. It's either one of those, but if Oba loses, it's not going to be an easy loss. They're going to make Oba look like a mega superstar.
Yeah, he not. Like I said, before I said, under no circumstances, they should never let Jey Uso beat Oba clean. He's our current day monster, Brock Lesnar, beast, all that stuff. All the above. You don't let him. You don't lose. You don't kill his momentum by having him lose to Jey Uso. No offense to Jey Uso, he's a vet. He's been winning titles since I was in diapers, like he told Braun Breaker, But again, he is under no circumstances he should be Oba Femi clean.
Facts.
Same thing. It's like with Dom.
Win. The ref's probably going to end up getting. That's how I see it. The ref gets knocked out. The bloodline comes running out. The bloodline can't handle it. Out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar music plays. He looks up the ramp and he's like, "Come on out!" And Brock Lesnar comes behind him, hits him with an F5, hits him with another F5, and then hits him one more, and then dips out the ring. Jey Uso goes up, hits him with an Uso splash, and gets the 3 count.
Yeah, I can see where you could see that. 3 F5s is not happening. You don't have enough time for that.
It could be 1 or 2. But I just think WWE, because they made him go down with 5 F5s last time. It took 5
Yeah.
F5s to take him out, right?
And if they hit him with one F5, I'm gonna tell you this now. It's not gonna be that. He gonna have to go through the barricade. He gonna have to. It's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of shit. But I
If
feel
they only
like
hit him, with one F5, it's not gonna look good for Oba if he gets.
Right.
Yeah, but he's not.
We have to make sure we get to this first, gentlemen. Right now, it's all conjecture until we're actually at the match to see how it's going to transpire. Something still tells me we may be even looking at close to not even SummerSlam. We may be close to. This is either going to be a SummerSlam match or maybe even a Survivor Series match before we see Brock and Oba back in the ring. So we're still a while away from it.
Yeah. So that's why I still got Oba winning.
I just don't see. I mean, I see it because it's over, but then my bias is telling me he ain't gonna win it. But that's just me being biased.
Yeah. My bias wanted Finn Balor to be in the tournament and win. But
See,
they not. He
I
didn't
would've
even make it out the first round.
I would have loved that if him. My two to win the. Zip actually talked about this. We both thought LA Knight wasn't gonna win because of what happened with the bloodline, and we both thought Jey Uso weren't going to win because he was going to be distracted with LA Knight, which that didn't end up having. Jey Uso actually ended up winning it somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, the man pulls off the win.
And the funniest thing about Finn Balor compared to me and versus somebody like everybody called Finn Balor a failure and that he flunked ever since. I beg to differ in a way, being as though he's
Well, you know what, Joey Boy, I'm going to ask you to hold on to that for 1 second because we will be talking about Finn Balor in just a few moments. As he did have a part on the SmackDown show as well.
Yeah, my bad.
No worries.
So real quick, MFTs versus R-Truth and Damian Priest. R-Truth and Damian Priest ends up getting the win. But see, the match was good. But the thing is, what happened after the match? Solo was told by the MFTs not to come out, not to help. And this is what led me to thinking, okay, Solo might actually join the Bloodline, and Solo proved me wrong Monday. But the MFTs walked away from Solo. They were pissed off at Solo because they told him not to come out. As the match was going on, Tala Tonga and Solo was arguing. And as they were arguing, Damian Priest went to go try to get Tala Tonga. Solo pushed him out the way. He got hit with it. And then he got Tala Tonga and hit him on the SmackDown barrier thing. And next thing you know, R-Truth rolls up. It's Tama Tonga, right?
Yeah, Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga.
Okay, so it's Tama. He rolls up Tama Tonga, gets the pin. Well, they go out with the tag team titles, man. R-Truth and Damian Priest retains their titles. Man, how do y'all think the MF? Well, one question I got for y'all: do y'all think the MFTs? When do y'all think the MFTs are turning on Solo? Because now it's just a moment of time. They've been teasing this for a minute. It's just a moment of time before the MFTs turn on Solo. And I'd like to also add in there, because we were just talking about Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor's about to restart the Bullet Club 2.0.
All right, let me jump in for a second here before you go. And that's that. I called this the moment that Finn Balor appeared on SmackDown. But before I get to that, yes, Tala Tonga and Tama Tonga are going to eventually separate from Solo. However, the question is Solo eventually going to make his way over the Raw? That's kind of what it seems like in a way. Also, I do want to add that, they've already did a tease between Tama Tonga and Finn Balor. I believe it was last week, which I thought was tremendous. The fact that they acknowledged that they knew each other and that it's been a long time since they've seen each other. So you could actually have a few members of they won't call it the Bullet Club, of the OG club, reunite with both Tama Tonga, Tala Tonga, and Finn Balor. If WWE felt like it, they could always bring the Good Brothers back in, to make it complete. Who knows what direction they'll go? There's also other members that are in New Japan as well, and supposedly,
Cody Rhodes.
I believe I heard that a Bad Luck Fale's contract is coming up in New Japan. So that if the WWE were truly interested in getting at least 3 of the original members back together, he would be the perfect person to be the enforcer.
Original. They missing. Yeah, I feel like somebody missing.
Yeah, you have 3 of the you would have 3 of the 4 because the original members were Finn Balor, Machine Gun Carl Anderson, Tama Tonga, and Bad Luck Fale. Those were the original 4.
Yeah. My phone dying, okay. So if it wind up, if my stuff cut off, I'm probably calling it a night. I'll be honest, but before that,
it's been an honor having you up here, Dom. Thank you
for. And before that even happened, I say thank y'all for having me up here. It's been an honor.
No worries, homie. You know what? Feel free to join us whenever you hear a song. You know what I mean? Be sure to drop a line, and we'll be sure to shout you out.
Again. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Before you go, one last time, could you let them know where they can find you on TikTok, YouTube?
Oh, yeah. You can find me at Adrenaline Championship Wrestling. Is the abbreviation ACW. You also find me at Riotmaker Pro. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at joyboy_EJM and joyboy.EJM.
Yes, sir. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him. Y'all go check out his matches. I'm telling you, 5-star bangers all around. I'm telling you, we're gonna see him all over TV one day. So y'all, hey, if y'all want to say y'all one of the OGs, go ahead, hit him a subscribe. Go ahead, hit him a follow. Say y'all can say y'all been here then. I can say y'all been there for the journey. So y'all stay tuned for his journey because bro, it's nothing but up from here. I'm telling you, this man's the next up and coming star.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, so our next match we got Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints, which the way it happened, bro. Carmelo Hayes exposed the turnbuckle. He went up for the thing. As he went up for his move, the Melo don't miss. Ricky Saints hit him, and his nuts basically hit the turnbuckle and the exposed turnbuckle. And after that, he was able to get a first 48 done, but Ricky Saints ends up kicking him back into that exposed turnbuckle, and Ricky Saints ends up pulling off the win. Shout out to Ricky Saints, which leads to a match between Trick Williams and Ricky Saints at Nights of Champions.
It's interesting to me that Ricky Saints and Carmelo Anthony are basically the same person in terms of how they were brought to the main roster. There was a bit of hype about both of them, and they were both kind of integrated right into the mid-card title, but I'm really not sure on the long-term plans here. And let's not get it twisted. Ricky Saints, Carmelo Hayes can definitely go in the ring. They are tremendous, between the ropes. What I'm saying is, I need character development out of these guys. As opposed to somebody like Trick. Trick, we know, can go in the ring, but he's all character. He's charisma personified. That's what we thought we were getting with Carmelo, but for some reason it hasn't taken yet. Ricky Saints has this aura of cockiness about him, but the WWE hasn't really drawn into it yet. So I would just like to see them get a bit more character development to get us more interested in who these guys are. Because knowing that they can go is one thing, but being able to actually relate with the character is another. That being said, excellent match between these guys. I like the ending of it. Carmelo Hayes looked like he had it in the bag. The exposed turnbuckle did him in. I thought it was really a really clever way to end this match.
Facts. Now, just to touch up on this match quick, because we already talked about this earlier, Javon Evans and Jey Uso, which we all know how it ended. We actually predicted it. we both predicted this, and it's exactly how we predicted it. Javon Evans ended up going to end up wearing tape on him because he was hurt after the Braun Breaker situation, and he lost the match, which Jey Uso hit him with a spear. Although he was hurt, Javon Evans put on an absolute banger match with Jey Uso, and Jey Uso ended up acknowledging him at the end after getting the win, picked him up, showed respect. Shout out to Jey, shout out to Javon for putting on an absolute great match for us.
Absolutely.
Now this one, Charlotte Flair versus Liv Morgan. Man, Liv Morgan actually gets the win, and she gets the win by doing Charlotte Flair's move on her. Like, first she finally if I want to take you a few years back to when Liv and Charlotte was on the microphone with each other going back and forth, and Charlotte ended up winning that match. This is back when Liv had pink hair. Charlotte won the match, and Liv went over to the intercom and said, Charlotte was right. When I come back, I'm going to be real. Now, fast forward to today, we see this match between Charlotte Flair and Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan ends up getting the win, making Charlotte Flair tap out. Man, is Liv Morgan going to win this?
She very well could. I mean, personally, I think it would be an excellent story if she were to. Basically, I like what they've done on the women's side. They've actually built themselves 2 matches in one. If Io wins, well, she could turn around and say, well, I just beat the world heavyweight champion. Let me fight her again. And turn right back around and fight Liv again. However, she could also say, you know what, Rhea? You've never beaten me. Or I think Rhea actually has one victory over. She says, you know what? Doesn't sit with me. We're friends, but I want your title. She could go that way. However, if Liv wins, we've never had a champion actually win the king or queen of the ring to be able to then have a title match in the pocket. That would be interesting to see if they would dare do that with Liv and have Liv challenge Rhea for her title as the champion. That would be very interesting.
Now, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. One last thing on SmackDown, and then we're going to cut to commercial break before we hit on Monday Night Raw. Finn Balor, this is just a backstage segment with R-Truth, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest. Basically, R-Truth is inviting Finn Balor to come hang out with him. Damian Priest shows up out of nowhere. He goes, what's up, Chico? And Damian Priest goes, Chico. And he's like, yeah, I don't go to places with people I don't trust. R-Truth's like, it can't be you. You just got here. Why don't you trust me? R-Truth is hilarious, man. R-Truth is great.
R-Truth is awesome, man. It's absolutely awesome. Like I said, he gets wrestling on a different level than most people, and his comedic timing is perfect.
Now, speaking of R-Truth, I know this ain't wrestling, but this, I said I was going to mention this every week after this. So, I'm going to mention this before I cut it to commercial break. R-Truth actually has some upcoming things coming up for y'all to go meet him in person. He's going on tour with his music. Y'all get to go hear R-Truth. Y'all get to meet him in person for $80 is VIP. The most VIP cost is $90. He'll be in Dallas, Texas, which that will be August 15th. He'll be in where is it? Hold on, y'all. I gotta figure out what the name. Denver, Colorado, which that will be July 26th at 6 p.m. And then he'll also be in Mesa, Arizona. And that will be from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. July 5th. Y'all stay tuned for that. And if y'all want to go, man, you can get VIP for cheap. Also, just a regular entry fee is like $30. Which, if it was me, I would just get the VIP because you get to meet R-Truth for $80, man. And that's a steal if you ask me.
And it also sounds like a heck of a good time.
Exactly. So y'all go check out Mr. Ron Killens, our true tag team champ. Also in the top 10 billboards. Shout out R-Truth, shout out Ron Killens. And now we cut the commercial break.
The Not Move podcast is fueled by W Energy. Smooth, jitter-free focus, and flavors that slap. Mango, berry, watermelon. Whatever gets you locked in, they've got it. Hit up W.GG, use promo code NOTMOVED, and snag 10% off your order. Stay not moved, stay energized.
No, but Friday nights, 9 Eastern, it's the Dribble NBA edition on the Not Move podcast. We break down the week, the trades, the highlights, everything around the league. Tap in, chop it up with us, and get the takes that move the game forward. Stay not moved.
The Not Moved podcast drop is here. Snapbacks, hoodies, mugs, stickers, totes, everything you need to rep the convo everywhere you go. Limited run, unlimited style. Tap the link, fill the cart, and
tap into the Not Moved podcast every Friday night at 8 Eastern.
We're bringing the scrap sheet, UFC edition.
Every jab, every takedown, every headline.
All the fights, all the drama, all the picks, right here.
Watch live on YouTube or listen anywhere you get your podcast. Hit follow, hit subscribe.
And stay not moved.
Need some new Not Move drip? The In the Wickets hoodie just dropped. Super soft fleece, heavyweight feel, and the official NMP patch on the sleeve. Tap add to cart, check out, and let us handle the rest. In a couple days, it shows up at your door, ready to rock. Rep the podcast from the couch to the tip.
Every Thursday night, the Not Move podcast drops a new episode of
In the Wickets.
our deep dive on everything around the NHL.
Break down the plays, the trades, the stats, and the stories that matter.
Plus a few hot takes along the way.
Join us live at 8 p.m. Eastern or catch it on your favorite podcast app right after.
Same energy, same on.
Tuesday nights just got louder. Ringside Rewind is live every week, 9 Eastern.
We're breaking down Raw, SmackDown, and everything leading into the weekend. If it happens between the ropes, we're talking about it.
Deep dives, hot takes, and a few surprise
And
replays.
a whole lot of arguing.
yeah, but the good kind.
Ringside
Oh, the Orphan Elimination Chamber tee just dropped. Fresh out the box. Look at this.
That print is nasty. Chain link O, silver hit. It's tough.
It's soft too, y'all. Fits right. Little drip for the Elimination Chamber weekend.
We rocking these all season.
If you're part of the Not Move fam, you already know.
Jump on it before it's
Grab
gone.
yours now at Not Move Shop.
Episode of the Not Move podcast is brought to you by the MLB Shop. They have every team's gear, from classic caps to World Baseball Classic hoodies, all official and all ready for game day. Tap the link in our bio to head straight to the shop and snag your favorite merch.
The drop is here. NMP gear built for every day and game day. Hoodies, mugs, and the Coach Common jersey in bold gold. Rep the movement. Feel the energy. Shop new arrivals.
If you're craving baseball talk that doesn't flinch, tap in with us Monday nights at 8 Eastern.
It's the Rusty Mitt MLB edition of the Not Move podcast. Breakdowns, debates, all the swings and misses without the fake fluff.
Join us live or catch the replay wherever you get your pods. Rusty Mitt, not moved. Stay not moved.
Attention Not Move Nation. Our first ever jersey has landed. The NMP by JB Sport Talk collab brings premium mesh, bold gold accents, and that undeniable game day energy. Plus, hoodie drop.
Today's episode of Not Moved is brought to you by Open Goal, the world's #1 backyard goal. If you love soccer but hate chasing balls into the neighbor's yard, this thing is a game changer. Its rebound net sends missed shots right back to you, and the side nets keep your landscaping and your windows safe. It's perfect for kids, for training, or just having fun.
Today's episode of the Not Move podcast is brought to you by Walmart.com. With our storefront in the Walmart app, you can get everything you need. Pick up or have it delivered.
We ordered dinner while recording, and it showed up before we wrapped.
Better good sweet corn and burrata ravioli.
Nuri protein drinks, even St. Patrick's Day treats.
Walmart.com.
Not Move, fam. Southgate edition just landed and it's fire. Check the tee. Watch out for the skis and the wickets. Hockey stick, cricket wickets, all vibes. We got hoodies, mugs, caps, beanies, whatever you need. Cop yours before they...
At the Not Move podcast, just drop the gear.
Heavyweight hoodies, premium cotton, street ready.
Caps, mugs, and more. Every detail on point.
Whether you're hooping, tailgating, or just repping the pod, NMP fits the culture.
Limited drops. When they're gone, they're gone.
Cop yours today at notmoveshop.fourthwall.com.
Welcome back, everybody. If you're just tuning in, if you go back earlier in the episode, we had Joy Boy on here, man. Up-and-coming wrestler in the indies right now. Soon to be on the WWE TV show. Man, I'm telling you, y'all go check him out. Go follow him on TikTok. If y'all want to hear what he said, just go back in the live. And y'all hear everything, man. We talked about his career. We talked about his dream matches. We broke everything down. Y'all just go check it out. Also, make sure y'all follow him. Also, they have Zip. If you could shout out their YouTube channel for me real quick.
Always, you can go ahead and well, you can find me at Boombox at TikTok. And before we go any further, I do want to shout somebody out. As always, I'd like to shout out somebody who we believe deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame, and that is the legend himself, El Tío Grande, the OG Savio Vega. Please go ahead and watch this man at IWA Wrestling at YouTube.com. I believe you can also find him at IWA Wrestling.com.
No. IWA Puerto Rico.
IWA Puerto Rico.com. Yes.
Because there's IWA Florida and then there's IWA Puerto Rico. Make sure y'all check out IWA Puerto Rico. If y'all want to check out IWA Florida, you can check it out too. But IWA Puerto Rico is what you really want to check out, man.
You do. You can see a lot of the upcoming wrestlers that are soon to be making waves in the industry, as well as some guys who currently are. You know what I mean? He does bring in some guys, some names to come through. So by all means, check it out. Some very good things going on there. Exciting wrestling too.
Facts. Now getting into this Monday Night Raw, man. Our first segment, Oba came out, and Oba's saying after he's looking past Jey Uso, which that's where his first mistake is. You know, you don't ever look past an opponent. I don't care what sport you're in. You never look past your opponent. So we're looking past Jey Uso. So Jey Uso comes out. Jey Uso's music hits. Right, he walks out to the ring, does his little yeet. They're like, London wants him to run it back. Oba goes, "Don't you run it back." Jey runs it back. Jey Uso goes to run it back. And he says, Oba, he basically letting Oba know you're looking past me. You shouldn't look past me. And after Saturday, I will be the new king of the ring. This is your warning shot. Pow. Man, I am ready for this match. And Oba told Jey, don't miss. Because if you miss, I'm going to hurt you. And if you get me, I'm still going to hurt you. So I'm ready for this. I'm ready to see what's coming. What's your thoughts on the whole segment?
Yeah, I mean, this was nothing more than a build toward their match. And I thought it did so really well. You know, both Oba and Jey were really in the moment. They were engaged, and we'll see what happens. I actually will add this. Normally, Oba comes off as the more intense and believable person, but I gotta say, I'm gonna give the nod to Jey on this one. I thought Jey in his promo came off as just a bit more passionate. So, props to Jey on this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, Oba was himself, and he's good. Oba's really good on the mic. I just like the way Jey were presented on this one.
I think
he really came off as if he really has a legit chance to win this.
Yeah, I think they're finally letting Jey be Jey. They're not making him do all the yeet and stuff. I mean, like last Monday Night Raw where he said he was going to send Oba back to Nigeria, and he told the young OG that he's the original gangster and everything. That was a Jey Uso promo. That was the Jey Uso that I fucking loved watching when it came to wrestling. Not the yeet after every sentence. That Jey Uso that we've been seeing lately, this is the Jey Uso in his element. But our next match was the thing, bro. But before the match, we had a backstage segment, which we're going to talk about this match as well. With LA Knight and then Jimmy Uso came, and they got into a heated discussion. And Adam Pearce was like, you know what? Tonight it's going to be LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. LA Knight goes, I got a better idea. It's going to be LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. And they're like, he just said that. Jimmy's like, he just said that. Man. So later that night, we had LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso, which we can go ahead and talked about that one real quick. Solo Sikoa came. This is what I meant. Solo Sikoa came out, and Jimmy thought he was going to help at first, but then Solo gave Jimmy a Samoan spike, and LA Knight went over there, hit him with the BFT, got the 3 count, and got the win. LA Knight was just as confused. LA Knight was confused, like, why is Solo helping me?
Well, I do got to say, if the bloodline is going to continually grow, you're going to need somebody to go up against them. So it looks to me like there's going to be some sort of union between LA Knight, Solo, and we'll see who else joins them. This could get interesting. This could get very interesting. there's still a few pieces to be played on this storyline. So I like where it's going so far.
Facts. Our next match, we had Bree and Paige versus Lyra and Bailey, which Lyra ended up getting pinned. But see, the big thing that happened about this match was after the match, Bailey picks Lyra up, slaps her and everything, like, yeah, we're still the best and everything. And Lyra turns heel, man. Lyra is now a heel. It's official. She turns on Bailey. Bro, talk about a way to turn. She was going off on Bailey, man. Like, the refs couldn't stop her. Nobody could stop her. Lyra, and then backstage, Jackie was like, why'd you do this? She said, not now, Jackie. And kept walking. Yo, is this the moment we've been waiting for Lyra?
We'll see. It's certainly an opportunity for her. I just don't. I'm still stuck in the same thing with her. I don't know about how she's going to be presented. Yes, we know that she just turned heel. It's an opportunity to revamp her character a bit. Bailey is the great person for her to work with. By the way, Bailey's contract due up soon. Will she stay or will she go? Meanwhile, I just want to say that this would be a momentous, a huge opportunity for Lyra to take advantage of and become a breakout person. You know what I mean? Like, she's worked with Bailey. She knows what she has in terms of being a star on that level. She just has to be able to capitalize. So if they build her character, this could definitely be the start of something huge. If they don't take full advantage of it and don't give her a proper storyline, it's just going to fall by the wayside. So, I'm kind of curious to see which. I'm very hopeful, but I'm very curious to see which way this goes.
Facts. Our next match we had was Ethan Page versus Dragon Lee, how this match ended. Dragon Lee was going for his finisher, but after that, Ethan Page fell down. But it was just a fake, man, because then he gets Dragon Lee with a low blow. And after he gets him with a low blow, Ethan Page took advantage of the low blow and hit him with his finisher. Got the 3 count, man. Ethan Page ended up beating Dragon Lee. But on top of that, Ethan Page got busted up. His face got busted up. I don't know if you saw that, but it was bleeding in one eye.
Yeah, sometimes accidental things kind of happen. And I think that was just one of those things that happened during the match. So I will say this, though. Ethan Page looks like he's getting a little bit of a push here, and I like that. I think there's a lot to Ethan Page. I think he's one of the guys in the future that can really become a major player and definitely a major star. I like him. I like everything about his character. I like his cockiness. I think he's the real deal, and I think he's going to show it. I think if you're an Ethan Page guy, that there's a lot to enjoy when it comes to that.
Facts. Our next segment, we had Chad Gable went to go apologize to Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine. But as Otis was going to accept his apology, Maxine steps in. It says, I remember when you were whipping Otis and I had to beg you to stop. I remember when Tosama, you were beating up on Tosama and I was sitting there on my knees crying, beg you to stop, and you wouldn't stop. You think we forgive you? No. And then she goes to walk out the ring. She said, we're going to leave you just like you left us. Maxine's turning heel. Maxine's joining the Vision because Otis didn't look like he wanted to leave Chad Gable. It took her to tell him again, and then he finally left with them. But I think this is where Maxine leaves the group, ends up leaving the group, and Chad Gable comes back.
It's not going to be quick. It's going to be a slower turn, but she is totally going to be joining the Vision. We saw evidence of that. I think it was last week when she was backstage talking to Austin Theory. But I think what we're likely going to see is eventually Otis and Tozawa will come around and make amends with Chad Gable, and Maxine is just not going to have it. Next thing you know, expect the Vision to attack and her to walk off the Vision or something like that. But yeah, this story's going to drag out a bit longer, and I'm happy for it.
Agree.
You know, I like the fact that they just weren't like, yeah, fine, everything is cool now. You know what? This guy put you through it. Put him through it for a little while. I like that.
So our next segment, we had Liv Morgan and Io Sky. Basically, it was just basically a face-off right before the big match. And in the face-off, Io Sky basically says, "How are you gonna be the queen of the ring when the crown ain't gonna fit on that big head?" Then she starts talking Japanese, which I love when Io goes into the talking the Japanese. Even though I don't understand what she's saying, because I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what she's saying, but it sounds so fire, dog. I don't know what it is.
I was gonna say, yeah, brother, I'm with you on that. I have no idea what she's saying, but I know a crash out when I hear it.
Yeah, she was crashing out for sure. And this is what leads me to thinking Liv Morgan's gonna end up winning it. If you look at it, Io got the advantage tonight. Unless they do another segment on SmackDown, usually the person that gets the advantage in the match loses the match.
You never know, man. Like I said, this match has a lot of possibilities to it. This is one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most, you know, to see exactly what's going to be done. So I'm definitely excited about this.
So we had ourselves a little Danhausen segment. And in the segment, JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio was trying to get their money back. He was trying to get Dom's money back, which was $100K. And they were like, yo, give me the money back before something bad happens to you. He said, something bad happens to me? Guess what? You are cursed. And Dominic Mysterio moved out the way, and they got JD McDonough. I liked how Dominic Mysterio, when he did the pointing, Dominic Mysterio did the pointing with him, pointing it at JD McDonough. And he was like, oh, you're uncursable. You're uncursable. Then JD McDonough gets shocked, which leads to another segment. JD McDonough versus Chad Gable is going to end up happening next week. They need to get JD McDonough to the doctor. That's all I've seen, bro. JD McDonough need to get to the doctor.
I like what they did during this. You know, I think they played it off well, not just during this segment, but at a later segment with just the Judgment Day, still with JD looking kind of out of it. You know, I've said this before, JD McDonough is one of those talents that doesn't necessarily get the shine as everybody else, but he plays his part so damn good, you know, and he's excellent in the ring. So I thought JD really shined here. You know what I mean? I think he was the star of both segments, actually.
I agree. Now, our main event, we had the Street Profits versus the Vision. But now there was a lot of, with this match, I knew someone was losing their tag titles, and I knew they didn't lose it, so the Street Profits were winning the tag titles. However, I did not see it going how I said. And what's funny is Friday, it was actually Saturday. I was like, man, I haven't seen Joe Henry in a minute. Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that Tuesday. Joe Henry's been off TV, and Joe Henry hasn't been here. I just kept saying his name. Next thing I know, Monday comes around. I'm over here watching Raw. We're at the main event. Here comes Joe Henry. Say his name, and he appears. Bro, when Joe Henry came out, I was like, holy shit, bro. I said his name, and now he's appeared. Oh, man. And Joe Henry chased Logan Paul out, which the brass knuckles was still left there for Austin Theory. Austin Theory went to go put on the brass knuckles. Seth Rollins' music came out. Seth Rollins came from the stands, took the brass knuckles. Braun Breaker was too focused on Seth Rollins. He went to go chase Seth Rollins. Montez Ford. Talk about Montez Ford, bro. He's an absolute beast. But Montez Ford ends up picking up the win. And the Street Profits are your new tag team champs. Braun Breaker. Yo, I'm just saying, Braun Breaker got back to that ring pretty fast, bro. Climbing those stairs to get it back to the ring, he almost stopped it. Almost, but almost doesn't count.
Hey, you know what? I don't mean to cut you up, but I got to stop you right there because I had the same exact thought. From when he ran out into the crowd after CM Punk to when he got back to the ring, I said, "Hot damn, that was fast."
It just wasn't fast enough. That's all it was.
Yeah, it was unusually fast at that. You know what? This was actually a really enjoyable match. They pulled out all the stops with all the interference and everything, but it was a fun ride to make the title change happen. So, kudos to the Street Profits. They're always deserving as tag team champions. These guys are definitely holding down. Personally, I would love to see them turn heel. I get it. Their face, people love them. I want them to turn heel. I like them. I think there's something underneath them that these guys can be. I think they're a good face. I think they'd be a great heel. But it's just a matter of when. Maybe not yet, but should Bianca come back sometime soon? Just saying.
That's a fact. Now, real quick before we get into our final segment, WWE 2K26 giveaway. Y'all just got to show proof that you're subscribed to the Not Move podcast. And that's how you get in the giveaway. All you got to do is hit me, JB, Boombucks, anyone in the Not Move podcast up. Show that you're subscribed, and that'll put your name in the giveaway. And then you get a chance to win WWE 2K26, man, for free. It's a pretty sweet deal if you ask me. Now, final segment, Wrestler of the Week. I'll start it off. My male's wrestler. I'm actually going to be biased because he just came on the show. I'm going to go with an indie this week. Joy Boy. Put him from steel cage matches, from wrestling with Matt Riddler. This man is up and coming. I'm telling y'all, if y'all aren't locked in, tuned in, get tuned in, man. Check him out on TikTok. Check him out everywhere. He also has a match coming up July 10th.
That's right.
July 10th, y'all. Y'all got to stay tuned for that match. The guy that
if I may, please allow me. It's going to be up against the one, the only, the legendary Ruckus. Ruckus is a long-time indie vet, well-respected around the country. The guy has wrestled everywhere. He's wrestled the best there is in wrestling. I'm sure that this match is going to be an absolute bet. Expect a lot of hard-hitting out of Ruckus. So if Joy Boy wants to be one of those upcoming guys, hey, man, you're going to be thrown right into the frying pan against a guy like Ruckus. If you can pull out this victory, hold your head high. There's not many people who walk away from Ruckus with with a victory. It's a very tough thing to do. So, you got us in your corner. Hopefully you can pull it out.
Facts. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that match, bro. I'm telling you. The dude also, like Zip said, he's a legend in the independent wrestling. And also he's in the Hall of Fame of independent wrestling. On top of that, he's wrestled guys like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So it's going to be a match that y'all are going to want to watch, man, for sure. Now my female wrestler of the week, Io Sky. And that's because after that promo, man, every time Io starts talking in Japanese, it's so fire, man. It's because it's her crashing out. Even though you don't know what she's saying, bro, it's great. I wish they would let her talk in Japanese more.
You know what? They did it a lot when her and Asuka used to feud, because they would just start off in English and then break out into a big Japanese war of words, and it was just awesome to see.
Facts.
Yeah, with me, normally I do some WWE guys, but I'm going to go out of the WWE for this one. For my male wrestler of the week, I'm going to a guy who has thoroughly entertained me for months now. A guy who I'm glad to have seen hold a title over the past week. And that is somebody with one of the best gimmicks in wrestling right now. And that's Lio Rush. Lio Rush has been crushing it in AEW and ROH, Ring of Honor. And he just recently became the Ring of Honor TV champion. Salute to Lio Rush. It is well earned. You all definitely got one of the best gimmicks going. some of the moves you do is just incredible, man. You truly are living up this gimmick, and you have taken a lot of us on this ride with you, and it's completely enjoyable. So, looking to see more. The reign has begun. For my female wrestler of the week is somebody who just had one of the biggest upsets of the year. Athena has been on an absolute tear in wrestling. And she has been even my wrestler of the week about a week or two ago. She was upset this past weekend by Maya World in AEW's Owen Hart tournament. And Maya World has, over the past month or so, really come into her own. I know she's coming through a hardship of losing a family member, but she really has pulled out her A game in the ring, and I'm hoping to see more of it. I'm hoping to see it grow. I believe she's now in the finals versus Mercedes Monet. Some of you know her as Sasha Banks, and who knows? Can Maya World shock the world? She's shocked it so far. I'd like to see how far she can go. Those are my two wrestlers of the week.
She is now a CEO. She used to be the boss. Now she's the CEO.
Yes, indeed.
Real quick, Zip, to end us off, man. Let's go. Let them know where they can follow you.
Always feel free to join me at on TikTok. That's Boombox at TikTok, and follow, and I'm always down to discuss wrestling and comedy.
All right, y'all can go follow me on TikTok at NMP Robert, and as always, y'all stay not moved. This is Robert with the Not Moved Podcast and Zip Zap. Y'all stay tuned for next Tuesday, man.
Yes, sir. Robert, always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Hey, Zip, I'm live if you want to come through.
Got it.
Hi.
This non-casual podcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or reused without the authorized written consent of the Not Moved Podcast Network. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.